Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to make this quick update video to keep you in the loop as to some of the adjustments that I've made to the micro fast, especially since I have the desire to continue doing it long term, meaning I'll probably be following this for a few more months. The video I shared with you last week was the beginning, the phase, the first 4 weeks of what would be more of a true fast, in the sense that my calories were very, very, very low during the first part of the day, and then I'd bump them up, I'd overfeed in the evening. Very similar to Ori Hofmeckler's Warrior Diet. I would invite you to check that book out if you haven't yet, or any of Ori Hofmeckler's stuff. He's fascinating. He's written about 3 or 4 books, and I think a new one is coming out. But he kind of repeats these ideas over and over again, but shows you from different angles as to how fasting supports your health. And his unique brand of fasting is keeping your insulin low and keeping the calories very low, underfeeding during the day and then overfeeding at night. And that's basically what we've been doing here, but I put a unique spin on it by adding micronutrients instead of foods during the day. But by no means am I against food. I've gotten some comments where you guys are like, Elliot, are you saying that carbohydrates are the devil? Or are you saying that food is bad? Or should you just live on supplements? No, I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying if I'm going to fast during the day, I'd like to also nourish my body with micronutrients, and that's exactly what we're doing. The results have been outstanding. Some of you guys have tried this as well. You're following along with me, and I'm sure that you've experienced some good results. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I'm going on about 15 pounds over the past 5 weeks that I've lost. If you saw my keg making video yesterday, you can kind of gain a little bit of perspective onto the type of results I'm getting. My body's shape is changing dramatically. Nothing I'm not used to having happen. I'm a yo-yoer. If you follow me long enough, you remember when I was 195, you remember when I was 260, and I do this. This time I think I'm gonna stay this way, but anyway. And that's why I'm looking for long-term means for maintaining this type of fast. So, major updates that you're gonna need to know if you're gonna go past 4 weeks with the micro fast. Also, I should make this caveat that if you're a bodybuilder, a powerlifter, an athlete, like if you're playing football or wrestling in sports, I wouldn't do this. I would probably stray away from this, especially during your in season, maybe during your off season. But you guys who are younger, you're still growing. I say if you're under 21 years old, maybe 25 years old, this might not be the best approach for you. You know, I'm just thinking if I were to coach my own son, what would I say? And I'd say, you know, probably after college, it'd be something that you might want to try. But before that, food, because you guys are crushing it and your body is growing at a rapid rate. So that's just, you know, do what you want to do, but that's just my caveat on it. Anyway, so here's how I've adjusted it for long term. Very first thing is Monday through Wednesday, and I'll go through the whole week, but Monday through Wednesday, first thing I do, I wake up in the morning and I take all of my fish oil caps first thing in the morning. So I'm taking about 15 fish oil pills. I don't know how many grams that is, but it's quite a bit. I get them all in on an empty stomach prior to eating or taking in fiber for the day so they can get that full absorption. I also take aminos. I'm taking 2 scoops, which gives me about, oh, here it is. It gives me about 20 grams. So about 20 grams of amino acids. I take that, both of those on an empty stomach, wait about an hour, and then I have my coffee. Now, I started reading David Asprey's website, The Bulletproof Executive, and his Bulletproof Coffee, and I thought I'd give it a try. Now, I haven't purchased his product, which is basically, from what I understand, he uses a form of coconut oil with the lauric acid removed so that it's liquid, and then he blends it in a blender with grass-fed butter. Very similar the way I'm doing it, except I'm using real coconut oil and grass-fed butter. I get grass-fed butter from a local co-op that we belong to that has a relationship with one of our local farmers. So coffee with about a little bit more than a teaspoon of butter and a little bit more than a teaspoon of coconut oil. That's how I'm starting with it, and my digestive system is still adjusting. But I wanted to get in more fats. That's a big part of the adjustment here. I want to get in more calories. I want to get in more fats, particularly during the day. Micro shake at 11, very similar to the one that I shared with you guys before, but I changed the recipe just a little bit. Still 20 grams of aminos. That means 2 scoops of the amino powder that I use. 20 grams of fiber. I've upped my fiber about 3 times. I was doing 1 tablespoon, now I'm doing 3. Plus 1 full scoop of Living Fuel. Living Fuel is a green supplement, which is really like it's it's a living fuel. There are all sorts of vegetables in it. It isn't one of these supplements that are synthetic. You know, these come from real food. So anyway, living fuel, so I can get a lot of the greens, I can get a lot of the micro, how would you say, phytonutrients and things of that nature. I would invite you to use a green supplement, but if you don't, like a high-powered multivitamin might do the same thing, from what I understand. And also, I've added fats to my micro shakes now. So, and the fats make it a little bit, not so much of a micro shake any longer, because I'm getting macronutrients in here now, and it's in the form of fats. The two type of fats that I'm using, I'll either rotate between extra coconut or coconut oil, or I've been rotating in, just for the sake of rotation, Udo's oil, Udo's blend, 369 blend. You know, based on my understanding and research, the flax, sesame, and sunflower seed oils that are in here are probably not as supportive to my strength and health as coconut, but I get sick of coconut. I mean, I use so much coconut oil. We go through bottles of coconut oil like it's water at my house. So anyway, so I've been using this also. Try to get about 30 grams of fat in each one. And if you look here, this is like, how many grams? Where is it right here? Like almost 15 grams of fat, 14 grams of fat per tablespoon. So 2 tablespoons is giving me 30 grams almost right there. So it adds a little flavor, a little body, but also a ton of extra calories to the shake. And not only does it satisfy me longer through the day, but I feel a lot stronger. I feel a lot more alive than I was when I was keeping the fats and the carbs low. Okay, so that's important for you to know. Aminos and fish oils, bulletproof coffee, micro shake with the fiber. I'll do that again around 3 o'clock. So we've got 11 o'clock micro shake, 3 o'clock micro shake, dinner. And dinner is usually in the form of meat. I'll rotate between beef or buffalo and chicken breast. And I'll rotate back and forth with that. I try to keep the fats a little bit low in the evening and the fiber high. So I eat lots and lots of broccoli. I also use this badass hot sauce my mom's made with all types of, she takes all the real peppers and grinds it up in this thing, and I use that. I just put just tablespoon after tablespoon all over my chicken breast and broccoli. It gets a little boring eating that shit after a while, but the hot sauce is kicker. Maybe I'll have my mom make some, and maybe we'll sell it. What do you think? I don't know. I'll share some with you guys. So anyway, so dinner with hot sauce. Important update. After the 4th week of doing this, I've gotten great results, but feeling a little flat. Instead of just using like I would do like a Gatorade or some form of sugary carbohydrate with protein. You know, I'd put some egg protein in, shake before I work out. Kind of eliminated that. I didn't want to have that sugar in during the day, even though I started feeling flat by Wednesday. So what I did instead was, after my Wednesday workout, I just did a carb reload. Like I said, by Wednesday evening, especially if I've been training really, really hard that week, and this week I trained pretty hard, making those kegs that you saw that video the other day, it was difficult. You know, lifting those kegs. I'm sore from lifting kegs, just building them. So a little flat. So I reloaded on Wednesday night. What that means is I took about a cup and a half, about a cup and a half of cooked brown rice, with probably about maybe half a cup of black beans. That was a part of my dinner, along with some chicken breast. Feeling good, feeling strong, ready to hit it. Big weekend this weekend. Those of you coming down for the Strength Camp Challenge, I need a shitload of energy. So, that being said, we've got the rest of the week, which is kind of a repeat of the same. Sunday evening, a lot of times we'll have barbecues, or we'll go to my mom's house. You know, one of the days during the weekend, it's kind of a throwaway. Not in the sense that, I start eating cupcakes and cookies and candy and, bullshit foo-foo, girly girl food like that. But I'll have foods that are not necessarily on my diet. If I go to my mother's house, she likes to make us fried chicken. That's the way she loves us, is with her food. So I go to my mom's house and there's no diet. There's, mama made some fried chicken, you're gonna eat the fried chicken. And I factor that in. Saturday night, sometimes my wife and I will go on date night. I try to keep it super clean if we go on date night, so I'll still have chicken breast and vegetables wherever we go. I'll get ahi tuna. I really enjoy that with some vegetables, and that's basically it. So, you know, the second half of the week is a little bit more lax, but it's, when I say lax, maybe there's a 20% increase in laxicity. You know, it isn't like, weekends here. That really throws me off big time. I take a lot of steps backwards if I end up doing that on the weekend. Not letting that happen. That's it. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, those of you guys who are following me on this, give yourself a few more weeks if you want with the true micro fast, and this is the adjusted micro fast for long term. If you want some resources with regard to learning more about this, I would say Ori Hofmeckler is one of the best. My buddy Casey Krejci, who owns Living Fuel Corporation, he has a book that talks a lot about CRON dieting, calorie restriction with optimum nutrition. Plenty of resources, plenty of research. There's a lot of ideas that'll support you with regard to keeping your calories low but still getting strong with strategic placement of nutrients and micronutrients during the day. So that's it. Now I'm starting to fucking ramble. Done.